Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Ease Studio. I'm Emily, and today's topic is one of the easiest ways to start conversations in English: food. We all eat, we all cook, and we all talk about it every single day. So today, we'll show you how to speak naturally about food, cooking, and eating habits in real, everyday English.
That's right. Food is universal. No matter where you go, you'll end up in a restaurant, cafe, or kitchen at some point. And if you can talk about food confidently in English, you'll sound natural and friendly.
Absolutely. And food vocabulary is everywhere: breakfast, lunch, dinner, coffee, snacks, desserts, spices, flavors. You hear it every day. So let's start with something simple: our daily food routine.
Okay, Emily, what's a typical food day for you?
Pretty simple. I usually start my morning with oatmeal and fruit, sometimes banana or apple, and green tea. I don't like heavy breakfast. Around noon, I have rice with grilled chicken and vegetables. Dinner's light too, maybe soup, salad, or pasta. What about you?
I'm the opposite. I often skip breakfast. I know, bad habit. And then I eat too much for lunch. I love street food, sandwiches, noodles, fried snacks. Dinner is my proper meal, maybe pasta, steak, or rice with something spicy.
That's already a great example for everyone listening. When you describe your eating routine in English, you can use these sentence patterns. I usually have, I don't eat, I sometimes skip, for dinner, I like to eat.
And don't forget time words. Usually, sometimes, rarely, never. They make your sentences sound real. For example, I rarely eat fast food, or I never drink soda.
Exactly. Now, let's move into the kitchen, talking about cooking, because cooking is full of action verbs in English.
Right. In the kitchen, you'll use words like cut, chop, slice, peel, fry, boil, bake, mix, stir, pour, spread, grill, taste.
You can practice these while cooking. Just describe what you're doing out loud. I'm chopping the onions, I'm boiling the pasta, I'm frying the eggs. It's a great way to practice speaking and vocabulary at the same time.
And when you follow recipes, you'll see words like ingredients, seasoning, flavor, texture, portion, recipe, mixture. For example, add all the ingredients into a bowl and mix well.
Let's make a quick role play. Paul, as chef. Today we're cooking fried rice. Emily, as assistant. Great. What do we need? Paul, rice, eggs, soy sauce, and some vegetables: carrots, peas, and onions. Emily, what's the first step? Paul, heat oil in a pan, add the onions, fry until golden, then add the vegetables and rice. Emily, should I add salt and pepper now? Paul, yes, and a spoon of soy sauce for flavor. Mix it well for 5 minutes. Done.
That's how easy it can be. If you describe your steps in English, you're not just cooking, you're learning.
And pronunciation check: vegetable. It's vegetable, not vegetable.
Good reminder. Now, before we go to restaurants, let's talk about food groups, the vocabulary we use every day.
Great idea. So let's start with basics. Emily, fruits: apple, banana, mango, orange, strawberry, watermelon. Paul, vegetables: tomato, carrot, potato, onion, cucumber, cabbage. Emily, grains: rice, bread, pasta, noodles, oats. Paul, proteins: chicken, fish, eggs, beans, tofu, beef. Emily, and drinks: water, tea, coffee, juice, milk, smoothie.
If you want to sound natural, don't just list them. Talk about how you like them. Like, I love fresh mango juice, or I eat boiled eggs every morning.
Exactly. And when you talk about what you can say, I know how to make pancakes. I can cook pasta. I'm learning to bake. I'm terrible at frying eggs.
That's my line. I always burn the first pancake.
We all do. Now, let's move from home to restaurants. One of the most useful English topics for travelers and students.
Yes, when you walk into a restaurant, you'll often hear, "Good evening. How many people?" You can reply, "Table for two, please."
Then comes the menu. You can say, could I see the menu, please? Or, do you have today's special?
When ordering, use polite forms. "I'd like the grilled chicken, please." Or, "Can I have a glass of water?" Or, "What do you recommend?"
That's one of the best lines. What do you recommend? It's polite and natural.
After the meal, to pay, say, "Can I have the bill, please?" Or, "We'd like to pay."
Let's act this out for practice. Waiter, as Emily. Good evening. How many? Paul, as customer. Table for two, please. Emily. Here's your menu. Paul. Thanks. What's today's special? Emily. Grilled salmon with lemon sauce. Paul. Sounds great. I'll have that with rice and a lemonade, please. Emily. Excellent choice. Anything else? Paul. No, that's all. Thank you. Emily. I'll bring your order shortly.
That's perfect. And if you ever need to complain politely, say, "Excuse me, this soup is a bit cold. Could you please warm it up?" Or, "Sorry, I ordered chicken, but this looks like beef."
Stay polite. That's the key. English in restaurants is all about tone and manners.
Now, here's something people love: street food.
Oh, yes, the best part. Street food is casual, fast, and full of character. The language is simpler but fun.
Imagine this scene. You're at a busy night market. Vendor, hello. Want to try something?
Customer, what's this one? Vendor, that's spicy chicken skewer. Customer, nice. I'll take two, please. Vendor, spicy or mild? Customer, mild, please. How much? Vendor, $3 each. Customer, here you go. Smells amazing.
So natural. You can use things like, "How much is this? I'll take one." "That looks good." "Can I have it without spice?" "I'd like extra sauce, please." And here's another real phrase. When food's too hot, say, "Careful, it's piping hot." Or, "Let it cool down."
Good one. Now let's slide into something useful, offering and inviting people to eat.
Yes, simple but powerful English. You can say, "Would you like some? Do you want to try this?" "Help yourself." "Let's grab lunch." "Shall we order pizza?" "Dinner's on me today."
And to respond, you can say, sure, I'd love to. No, thanks, I'm full. Maybe later.
That's daily English right there. Polite, friendly, and natural.
Now, let's talk about describing food, taste, and texture. Instead of saying just good, use real adjectives.
For taste, sweet, salty, sour, bitter, spicy, tangy, creamy, rich, bland, smoky.
For texture, crispy, crunchy, soft, chewy, juicy, greasy, smooth.
Example, the fries are crispy. The sauce is creamy. The soup tastes salty.
You can even mix them. This spicy, crunchy snack is amazing. Now, let's sneak in an important conversation. Healthy versus junk food.
Right. Everyone struggles with that balance. I try to eat healthy, but sometimes I crave fast food. too much sugar isn't good for you. I'm cutting down on fried food. I prefer grilled over deep fried.
And don't just memorize. Talk about why. Like, I feel more energetic when I eat home-cooked meals, or fast food tastes great but makes me sleepy.
Exactly. Real English is emotional. Connect it with your habits.
And one last tip before we move to the next section: giving compliments. When food tastes good, don't just say yummy. Try these. This is delicious. This tastes amazing. The flavor is perfect. I love how crispy it is.
And if you cooked for someone, say, "You're a great cook," or "Thanks for the meal. It was wonderful." That shows gratitude, very natural in English culture.
That's right.
Small phrases, big impressions.
Okay, to recap before we go deeper next, we've talked about daily food routines, cooking verbs, restaurant English, street food, offering food, describing tastes, and even healthy habits.
Exactly. And all of that can help you in real life, whether you're cooking at home, ordering at a cafe, or traveling abroad.
Coming up next, we'll explore how to talk about flavors, memories, and food experiences, how to describe your favorite dishes, share recipes, and discuss food from different countries.
That's where English really becomes delicious, because food isn't just something we eat, it's a story we share.
Couldn't agree more. All right, let's keep going. We're about to dive deeper into the world of tastes, flavors, and the stories behind our favorite foods.
So, Emily, you said food tells a story. Let's dive right into that. How can learners actually talk about their food stories in English?
Great question. Think of food as a memory. When you talk about your favorite dish, you're not just describing taste, you're describing a feeling. For example, my mom used to cook spicy biryani on weekends. The smell filled the whole house, and everyone would gather around the table. That's how you make your English sound alive, through emotion and detail. The moment you include smell, sound, or a small memory, it connects. You can almost see the story. You can say things like, "The sound of frying onions reminded me of home," or "The warm soup made me feel safe on cold nights." Those sentences bring emotion to your English, and that's what truly fluency is: emotion in words.
Exactly. Instead of saying, I like pizza, try, I love pizza because it reminds me of late night study sessions with friends. It's personal, and people connect with that. When you speak like this, you're not only using English, you're building relationships through stories.
Let's give our listeners a little framework. When you describe food memories, use these steps. 1. Name the dish. 2. Describe its ingredients or smell. 3. Say when or where you eat it. And 4. Share why it matters to you. And if you want to sound more advanced, you can even add how the food looks or feels. It looked golden and crispy, or it felt soft and creamy. That adds dimension to your description.
Example time. Emily, what's one food that brings you memories?
My grandmother's apple pie. The crust was crispy, the filling warm and cinnamon sweet. She always made it on Sundays. Even now, when I bake, that smell makes me feel safe and loved. And it wasn't just the pie. It was the sound of her humming, the clinking of dishes, the sunlight on the tablecloth. That's the full story behind a dish.
That's perfect. You used taste, smell, and emotion in one description. That's what makes people feel your story, not just understand it.
Now, Paul, your turn.
All right. For me, it's spicy noodles from a small street shop back home. The cook worked fast, oil sizzling, garlic frying, and the noodles were always a bit too hot to eat right away. I used to stand there sweating and laughing with friends. Cheap, messy, unforgettable. The smell alone made us hungry even before ordering.
See, you just painted a picture with words. That's the power of storytelling in English. When you speak with detail, your listener's imagination turns on automatically.
Now, let's teach some expressions for talking about trying new food.
You can say, I'm curious to try it. It looks interesting. I've never tasted that before. What's in it? Is it spicy? It smells amazing. You can also add tone to sound natural, like, that looks so good, or, oh wow, what is that? These small reactions make you sound confident and conversational.
And if you don't like it, be polite. Say, it's not really my taste. I'm not used to that flavor. Maybe next time. Avoid blunt words like disgusting or gross. They sound too harsh in conversation. Even if you hate something, keep it soft. It shows cultural respect.
Speaking of cultures, let's take a short trip around the world through food vocabulary.
Let's start in Italy. Famous for pasta, pizza, risotto, and espresso, you can say, Italian food is rich and full of flavor. I love how they use olive oil, garlic, and cheese. And don't forget expressions like al dente pasta, meaning slightly firm, or freshly baked. These details make you sound like a native speaker.
Then Japan. Think sushi, ramen, tempura, and matcha tea. You can say Japanese dishes are light and beautifully presented. The flavors are delicate, not heavy. And presentation really matters there. How food looks is as important as how it tastes.
In Mexico, you'll find tacos, burritos, salsa, and guacamole. You can say Mexican food is spicy, colorful, and full of personality. You can describe it with words like zesty, flavorful, and vibrant. Every bite feels like a party.
And in India, there's curry, biryani, naan, samosa, and chai. You can say Indian food has layers of spice. Cumin, turmeric, cardamom. Every bite is an explosion of flavor. Indian dishes are complex, often cooked slowly with patience, a good metaphor for language learning itself.
And let's not forget Pakistan. Rich kebabs, nihari, halim, chapli kebab, and of course, biryani. You can say Pakistani cuisine is bold and flavorful, often spicy but deeply satisfying. You can describe it with words like hearty, fragrant, tender, and sizzling. Even saying the word biryani brings energy into the room.
Nice list. The more you learn these names, the easier it becomes to join food conversations worldwide. You'll instantly connect with people from different countries just by mentioning one local dish.
Now, let's teach how to describe flavor differences in English. Instead of saying good, use expressions like it has a smoky flavor. The sauce is tangy. It's rich and creamy. It tastes refreshing. It's sweet with a hint of spice. And you can combine them. The soup is rich and creamy with a smoky aftertaste. That makes you sound fluent, not basic.
That phrase with a hint of is great for sounding advanced. Like, the soup is salty with a hint of lemon. You can also say a touch of, a trace of, or a note of. For example, the coffee has a note of caramel. Very natural, very expressive.
Another advanced one, balanced flavor. This dish has a nice balance of sweet and salty. It's common when reviewing food or giving opinions politely. You can also say it's well seasoned or it's well cooked.
And if something is too much, say, it's too sweet for me. The sauce is a bit heavy. The coffee tastes bitter.
And don't forget pronunciation practice here. Flavor, not flavor. And remember, English speakers often exaggerate taste reactions. Wow, that's so good, or oh my God, amazing. It's not dramatic, it's cultural expressiveness.
Now some phrases for giving and asking for recipes.
You can say, can you share the recipe? How do you make it? What are the main ingredients? Do you add any special spices?
And when explaining your own recipe, first chop the onions and garlic. Then fry them in olive oil. After that, add tomatoes and salt. Let it simmer for 10 minutes. Add time, sequence, and sensory cues. For example, the aroma changes after 5 minutes. That's when you know it's ready. Those small descriptions make your English storytelling stronger.
Use sequencing words first, then, next, after that, finally. They're essential for clarity.
And to sound conversational, you can add phrases like you know or I usually add. It softens your tone.
Example, I usually add a little chili powder for color.
Good tip. Speaking of chili, let's tackle spiciness vocabulary.
Great idea. Words for describing spicy levels: mild, medium, spicy, hot, very hot, flaming hot.
You can say, I like my curry mild, or that sauce is too hot for me.
And when you can't handle spice, say, well, that burns my mouth, or my tongue is on fire.
But don't actually panic, drink milk, not water.
Science and English lesson together. And that's a perfect mix, learning language through real life reactions.
And let's move on to kitchen conversations at home, because food isn't just about eating, it's about daily life.
Yeah, like family moments. What's for dinner? Can you pass the salt? The rice is ready. Set the table, please. Do the dishes after you eat.
Or when cooking together, I'll cut the vegetables. You stir the soup. Don't forget to turn off the stove. Taste it. Does it need more salt? All everyday English you can actually use. And these short lines sound simple, but mastering them helps your spoken rhythm. That's why native speakers sound so natural. They use short, clear, daily phrases.
And remember, your tone matters. When you use a polite, warm voice, your English sounds friendly, not robotic. You can say, could you pass the salt, please? Instead of, give me the salt. Same meaning, but the first sounds natural and kind.
Right. Practice speaking naturally. Maybe record yourself describing what you're cooking tonight.
Exactly. Talk about smell, color, and sound. The garlic smells strong. The oil is sizzling. The bread looks golden. The soup tastes creamy. That kind of sensory description builds fluency fast. When you can describe what's in front of you, you're already thinking in English.
Now, let's talk about food and emotions, because food isn't just fuel. It's comfort, celebration, sometimes even therapy.
True. You can say things like, I eat chocolate when I'm stressed. Soup makes me feel warm and cozy. I celebrate birthdays with cake. Coffee helps me wake up.
Nice. And emotional adjectives: comforting, refreshing, satisfying, nostalgic. That meal was so comforting. This drink feels refreshing after a workout.
Another cultural tip: in English conversations, people often bond by talking about food. If someone says, I'm hungry, or I could go for some pizza, it's an opening to connect.
Yes, respond naturally, like me too, or let's order something. Food creates instant connection.
Paul, now one last big section, the home versus restaurant versus street food mix-up, like we promised earlier.
Right, let's compare them in real-life English. Home-cooked food, it's healthier and made with love. You know exactly what's in it. It reminds you of family.
Restaurant food, it's convenient but more expensive. Great for special occasions. You can try dishes you don't cook at home.
Street food is cheap, quick, and delicious. Sometimes not the cleanest, but full of flavor. It captures the local culture.
Each has its place. I love home cooking for comfort, restaurants for variety, and street food for fun. Sometimes the best nights are when you grab a sandwich from a street cart after a movie. It's not about fancy, it's about memory.
Me too. If you mix all three, you get the perfect food lifestyle. Home food for health, restaurant food for taste, and street food for excitement.
That's a good life philosophy right there.
And English-wise, you've now got vocabulary for all three worlds.
Let's finish with some useful idioms and expressions about food.
Ah, yes. English loves food idioms.
Idiom, piece of cake, means something easy. That exam was a piece of cake.
And spill the beans, reveal a secret. Come on, spill the beans.
In a nutshell, summarize something. In a nutshell, it was a great trip.
And butter someone up, flatter someone. He's trying to butter the boss up.
And have a lot on your plate, be very busy. I can't join tonight, I've got a lot on my plate. And bite off more than you can chew. Take on too much work.
Perfect. These make your English sound natural and playful.
So, Paul, after all this food talk, I'm starving.
Me too. I could really go for some noodles right now.
I think our listeners are probably hungry too. But before we wrap up, let's leave them with a quick practice challenge.
Great idea. Here it is. Tonight, describe your dinner in English. Talk about what you ate, how it tasted, and how it made you feel. Use at least 5 new words from today's episode, like crispy, spicy, creamy, refreshing, comforting.
And if you're practicing with a friend, play restaurant role play. One person is the waiter, the other is the customer. Practice ordering politely.
Or cook something and describe every step out loud. It might feel silly at first, but it's powerful practice.
Exactly. Remember, English is not learned by memorizing lists. It's learned by living it. Even something as small as describing your breakfast builds fluency over time.
And next time you sit down to eat, think of it as a language lesson. Every bite is a chance to practice English.
Well said, Emily.
Thanks, Paul. And thanks to everyone listening to English Ease Studio.
Don't forget to subscribe, share the episode, and tell us your favorite food stories in the comments.
Until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, and enjoy your meals in English.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.